Right, hello. I've acquired this old Mariner 4 horsepower 2-stroke outboard off eBay for £200. It was up for 240. I messaged the seller saying, "You right? Can I come pick up today?" She said, "Yeah, it's fine." And then her husband went out to just give it one last run, apparently, and it didn't run. So she said, "We're going to try and get it running. I can message you back." And I said, "I probably just need a good carb clean." So she said, "Alright then, come and take it and I'll knock 40 quid off, you can have it for £200. So here it is. I've not seen it run yet. I'm told it's got 6-year-old fuel in it and the fuel hasn't been removed. I mean, for £200 I'm not expecting much. I think on closer inspection it's had someone's been over with a brush. So there's a bit of corrosion here. The props in the car. I mean, generally it's not too bad. It's been painted over. You can see where it's got to be masked off. Nice tidy job. I think it generally has been looked after. These really have been well greased, very free. The grease in here, everything is super slick. Right, this is it with the cover off. Before I did come pick it up, I did ask for a photo with the cover off. But everything in there didn't look corroded. The cabling looks in nice tidy condition. Loads of grease in there, white lithium grease. Everything just feels real smooth. And as I come round, it's just the same story this side. But generally it seems in pretty goodish order, but again, apparently it doesn't run. So what I'll do is I'll get it on the trolley and I'll give it a few tugs and see what happens. Well, I've removed the old fuel. I don't know how old it is. It doesn't look very old, but you can't really tell, can you? It's actually got a metal fuel tank on it, and it's not rusty inside, which is a bonus. Because they quite often are with these old tanks. Maybe the two-stroke oil just lined it, prevented it from rusting. What I think I'll do is, before I take the carb apart and give it a clean, is I'll put some fresh fuel in it, give it a few pulls and see what happens. I've had to come inside, by the way, because it's started raining. You think it's spring, bloody spring showers, but the amount of rain we've had in the last few days or a few weeks, autumn showers. Right, chuck some fuel in and see how we go. Right, I'm not expecting miracles there. Well, that's the end of that then, really. I mean, there's going to still be old fuel in there anyway, in that pipe. Regardless, I wouldn't have dragged the new fuel through into the carb anyway, but bit of fault finding now, I guess. Quickest thing, I think I'll take the spark plug out, make sure it's arcing. Worryingly, that spark plug wasn't even tight. Wasn't even in there properly. And it's a new spark plug. Never been ran. Just bringing that piston up to top dead centre. See if I can see any cracks in the cylinder piston head. Looks alright. Just very just that typical carbon. The barrel looks a bit brown. Otherwise, I would say everything looks in order in there. So what I want to do is put the spark plug back in, tighten it up. I've had it before where the spark plug's not in properly. Maybe it's not creating enough compression or what, but it's not made the engine run. So let's just do that. Actually, before I put the spark plug back in, I'm just going to earth that out on the side to see if we get an arc on the plug. Yep, that seems to be fine. We'll give it another pull. Appears to be leaking petrol out the bottom of it. Where's that coming from? We appear to have a fuel leak. After a bit of closer inspection, the drip appears to be on the bottom of the carb. Just a fuel weep, from what I can make out. What I'll probably do is then to have the carb off. And then kind of hold it down here, and then I can kind of see where I think it's leaking from. There it is. So I think there's a bolt on top. Just 2 bolts I think on this carb, and then there's one on the other side, and it's just bolted to a machined face. These screws seem strangely loose. You know, you take stuff apart. You get that impression that someone's already taken it apart already. Either that or it hasn't been done up properly. It's pretty clean in there. Bit of fuel in it though. Yeah, a bit of fuel's kind of come back. Maybe it wasn't leaking. Maybe it was just fuel. Yeah, there's fuel in there. Maybe it's just kicking back. Made in Japan. You've just got that sense of lovely bit of engineering about it, the way it's made. It's covered in this white lithium grease all over it. I guess that's what stopped it from corroding, isn't it? Any non-stainless steel bits just smothered everything in grease. Let's take the bottom off. I suspect the float's working on inside because the amount of bloody fuel that's leaking out. Every time I tip it up, there's more comes out. It's like a Mrs. Poppins handbag, but for fuel. Well, that wasn't connected to anything. Yeah, it's clean as a whistle in there. gasket all looks really nice. It's not ripped or teared. All seems in good shape. Ugh. Blew a bit more dirt out. Yeah. You can see here on the screws, the carb's been out before. There's marks on the screws where it's like the wrong size screwdriver has been used. The top looks alright. I don't want to take it off if I can help it. Sometimes these can rip. Gently I want to put it like that so I don't mess it up. There is a load, don't know if you can see that, of rust in there, or just brown gunk. Luckily I've got some carb cleaner to hand, one I prepared earlier. What I'm worried is a lot of that grit may have then got down into the fuel, into like where the like the jets and stuff. Just give that a spray off camera. I've jetted that out. Get another clean bit. Blue cloth, I think. This seems to be made of a lovely finish. Well, good quality materials this. Sometimes you take these off and they can rip. That seems to be quite nice. Again, there's grit all in there. So I'm going to give that a spray as well. I can see light straight down there. Now what I do have in stock appears to be nice and clear. What I'll do is I'll go the next size up and see until can't get one down there. Like that. I've reassembled it. What I think I'll do is I'm going to make myself a decaf tea and then put it back on. See if it's leaking. You remember I said about that leak? I suspect it was dripping from the bottom, but I think it was weeping out of here. Out of the exhaust, out of the air intake, and then running down and dripping off here. But that gasket seems to be in real good condition, and all the gaskets are, so I don't suspect it's any of the joints that are leaking. So yeah, decaf, and let's fire her up. Right. Time to get the car back on. I said I was going to, just almost forgot. Put the fuel on. And then see if it starts leaking anywhere. Appears to be alright. Right, it's all back together now. Fuel's on. Right, this is the moment of truth. Oh, that's a pigeon in the garden. Get out of it. Get out of it. Right, got your fingers crossed. Nice tea. Because I've sure got my toes crossed as well as my fingers. Where are you, bugger? I wasn't expecting that. I think what I have to do is get a big dustbin, get the prop on. What time is it now? 5 o'clock. I don't have a bin. Really give it a good run in the bin and underload, put the prop on it, and let her have it. Right, for whatever reason my GoPro's not turning on. So I moved over to the 360 camera. Got enough water in here. Hopefully I won't chuck it out. So here it is. What we'll do is turn her on, stick her in forward and reverse. See what happens, eh? Starts on the first pull. It's nice and responsive. It's good. Water coming out. The water's slightly warm, which is good. It's good to see that propeller's in there. Right, she's in forward. It's building the revs up. I'm going to leave it under load. Let me step back. It's a bit noisy. I'm going to leave it under load for a bit, just to make sure it's alright. We haven't got much fuel left, in fairness. the moment, fingers crossed, there's no misfire. I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes and we'll come back, alright? Well, the fuel's there. The fuel's now run out, but really happy with how it ran. I think it's going to be potentially a good little outboard. Should be going to Teignmouth soon, not this weekend, the weekend after. So we'll take it down and give it a damn good run out. Give it a good run out for a few hours up and down the river. Take it fishing. But yeah, happy ending.